Okay, so we started recording. Hopefully you guys can see the screen. I'm just gonna mute everybody. Anyone wants to ask any questions, obviously just unmute yourself, ask a question or write in the message box, and then mute yourself again after. Just gonna mute now. Okay, perfect. Right, get the view on into full screen. Okay, guys. So obviously my name's Nathan Ellington, Platinum 2000 at iMarkets Live, and what we want to do here today is just to help the team make money. Simple as that. You know, we've all joined IML to make money on a consistent basis, and you know, we're all at different stages. Some of us are new, some of us have been in the game for quite a while, some of us are achieving success and then a bit of loss, then wins, then losses. So for me, I would say that there's 3 stages in trading. If you agree with me, just obviously let's tell me what you think of this, guys. So when you get started, it seems to be very difficult to even take your demo into profit. You know, after a week of trading, it's very, very difficult to see your account higher than what you started with. Very difficult. So that's phase 1. You got to get to a level where you learn enough about the trading, you know, about the support, resistance, the trend lines, to then be able to make, one second, let me just close this door, 1 second. Yeah. To be able to then make enough money to actually be in profit by the end of the week is a very difficult thing, but it should be your first milestone. That's why we say on demo, you should start. And then once you get to a level where you're comfortable making money, then you can go on to real. But then there's stage 2, where I believe you start to learn enough about the trading industry that you can actually make money. You know where the market's going to move for the most part, and you can make a lot of money. So you're able to make your account go into profit, and sometimes even lots of profit. But at the same time, in that area, you're able to lose a lot of money as well, because you get over greedy, you get overconfident, you think that every trade's going to go in your favor, you stop thinking about money management, or you don't even have money management really, like, you know, you don't calculate money management properly, and you just expect to win. And what happens is when the drawdown comes, you didn't realize that you've over leveraged and you lose money. So that's stage 2. So you make a lot of money, but you also lose a lot of money. Then there's stage 3, where you then can make a lot of money, but you realize the importance of making money slowly with proper risk management. And actually making money slowly is actually making money fast. In trading, it's the exact opposite. The higher the lot size, the quicker you lose all your money. Simple as that. You can make a lot of money with higher lot size, but according to your account balance, if you go higher lot size, it means you're going to lose quick, because every single trade is not going to go your way straight away. You've got to be able to hold your account until it goes into drawdown and then goes back into profit. So that's what I realized. There's 3 stages. You're able to, first of all, you can't make money. Second stage, you make money, but you lose. Third stage, you're able to make money and retain money. So I believe I'm in a position now where I'm just bordering and moving into stage 3. I've been through stage 1. It was very difficult. I wasn't learning much. I've got through it now. Got to stage 2. I've been able to make thousands and thousands on multiple occasions now. I've been able to turn small money into massive money, but I've also been able to turn massive money into no money. So, you know, I don't want to keep going through that. And I want to be in the stage 3. Can you close the door, please? Okay, take that and close the door for me, please. Because I need to do that. Close it. Pull it. Thank you. Okay, so what we want to do is look for a strategy for the newbies to come on board and actually be able to do some simple steps and make good money. And we found out that there was an educator. Her name is Dr. Kathy Kirkland, and she is educating every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. UK time at the moment till 11. She also has a Telegram group where she posts her 10 pip trades. Her strategy is absolutely amazing. It makes anything from as small as 5 to 10% up to as much percent per trade, okay, that you want. So I would say 5% for the newbies, 10% for those who are a bit more skilled and understand the game of trading. Can you close the door and please I'm on a call right now. I know, but I can't do it now. Can you close it? Pull it again, and don't open it again. Okay. They always seem to come at the time when I'm doing a presentation. But anyway, so her 10 pips and dip strategy is basically taking 10 pips out of the market every time she sends a trade. Okay. And like I said, there's a website called compounddaily.com. And if you go on there, you can actually type in the amount of balance that you have, type in the percent you're making for each day. It says day, but we treat days as trades. And then it will tell you compounded how much you will make. What do I mean by compounded? I mean, if you start with £100 account and you make 10%, you're on 110. Now you've made £10 on one trade from her. When you on £1 a pip, you've now made £10. The second trade now, you're making 10% on £110, no longer 10% on £100. So it's compounded. So you pretty much double your account every 8 or 9 trades with this strategy. So you can imagine, you go from 100 to 200 to 400 to 800 to 1600 to 3200. It goes ridiculous. So with her, pretty much all of her trades do come in and they hit profit. There are a few that go into quite a bit of drawdown, but they always seem to come back the right way. So this is why she always says, to do one trade at a time. But I want to go through this quickly so you can understand exactly how it works. And then I'm going to show you some stuff on TradingView if we got time. Now, the starter guidelines for proper risk management, Kathy Kirkland always says, open one trade at a time. She doesn't have a stop loss, but if you were to study the Ichimoku cloud, it's a Japanese indicator, which is called Ichimoku Kinko Hayo. It translates to something like one look, and you can get to understand where the market's going, what direction it's going, where it's trending, where to put your stop loss just from this cloud, okay? It's very, very good, and she uses it down to a T. Now, she says on her, if you typed in her name on YouTube, she says, like a program to get to 1 million. And she talks about 0.01 for every £10. She starts at £200. So she starts out at obviously like £2 a pip on £200. Okay. And she says one trade at a time. So it allows for the drawdown. If you do more than one trade, you will be in too much drawdown. If the two trades both go in the drawdown, you're going to lose your account. So please follow the guidelines and don't try and get ahead of the game. Otherwise, you'll be behind the game back at square one, just like I've done quite a few times and just like many other people have done who are being a bit greedy. So we got to learn to curb our greed and then we will get far. Now you can see, enter trades upon the Telegram post or if the take profit has not been hit. So what she does in the sessions, you can log into her sessions at 10 a.m. and wait for her to call out the trades and just put them on when she actually mentions it. Or if you're actually she actually will post the group details, the Telegram group details in the sessions. So you can join the group through the sessions. And that will also keep everybody obviously continually paying their subscription. Now, here's the thing. Kathy Kirkland, she made me pretty much 2 months my subscription in one day. That was last Thursday when I deposited a bit of money and I put £136, £130 in at the time. And my account went to 400. So for her to be able to do that, it's worth it. Just this one person at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning is worth your subscription alone. So I would suggest, guys, jump on, make some money. And then what she also says is have at least, she believes in 7 streams of income. So once you build from 200 to 400, split that into 2 accounts. Now you can have 2 trades at a time because you've got 2 separate accounts working at the same. So then if you open up 7 accounts, by the time you got 200 in each, guess what? Every single trade that she posts, you can put on and benefit from every single one of them hitting profit. So that's what I would say. That's what I'm aiming to do. I've now split my 400 into 2 accounts of 200. Now I can place 2 trades at a time. And then as I get to 400 again, I'm going to double that up again and have 4 accounts. Now, take profit is always 10 pips from the price at the time of the Telegram post. And the Ichimoku cloud must agree on all time frames. So we'll get through that a bit later. But another thing that you must always look at is always check the high impact news. Because if she says to put a trade on and the news coming out on that trade, like in a few hours time or something, you want to make sure that that trade is closed and giving you your profit already, or you want to put a stop loss in place if you see high impact news, or close that trade altogether. Okay. So that's up to you how you want to do that. Now, the next level, additional guidelines, which I use a bit more. Now, I use her trades along with my own strategy. Okay. So how does that work? I enter the market upon support and resistance levels. So when she says a trade and I'm looking at it, if it's not at a support or resistance level, I'm not getting in. Okay. I want it to come from a support level and then go down to the next level. And sometimes I'm catching more than 10 pips. That's, I can see where she said to enter. I know where her take profit is. So then I'm saying, okay, well, that could go into drawdown and hit the ceiling before it goes back down to the floor. So I'm going to wait for it to hit the ceiling and then go to the floor. I do stand a chance of missing that trade, but I'd rather do that than be in any drawdown. Now, what she looks for, I noticed that it's either in the zone and it's about to break, or it's actually engulfed out of a zone. Once that happens, you'll see the market. For example, if it's a downtrend and the market breaks to the downside, you'll see a big red candle and then a big wick where it's recoiled back up. So it basically dropped, recoiled back up, and you just know it's going to drop again. So you get in there and you can take your 10 pips. But at the same time, you want to take a look at where the next support level is, because there ain't no open spaces in trading. She says this all the time. What that means is it's always going to go from a zone to a zone. If it breaks out of one zone, chances are it's going to hit the next zone. If it's going to go back up, it's got to hit the next zone before it goes back up. So your aim now is to identify the support and resistance levels and the zones, so then you can see where the market's going to bounce off and where it's going to bounce back up to. Now, new trades, what you want to also do is, if you've only got one account, for example, and you're only doing one trade at a time, what you want to do is have a demo account open at like 1% trades, but open every single trade that she says to put on. So while your trade is in the process of hitting profit, once it's hit take profit, what are you going to do? You're going to now need to look for more trades. But if you place them at the same time Kathy said to do it, there may be trades in a bit of drawdown that you think, you know what, that's going to hit take profit. So, and that trade's maybe in 40, 50 pips drawdown. Let me go and make 60 pips on this trade. Let me wait for it to hit the next resistance. Bam, I'm getting in. It's going to drop. And then you can catch, obviously, potentially much more pips. Now, for stop loss, if you do want to have a stop loss, there's a red line. There's a red and a blue line that moves. And you can use that. The red line, she says, is your stop loss. Okay. And obviously, you want to put your stop loss 5 pips above that, because sometimes it hits that. Sometimes it wicks just above. So you don't want it like wicking and touching and hitting your stop loss, then dropping perfectly for you to get what you would have got a whole load of pips. So with that being said, that's additional guidelines, but then there's also pro guidelines. Okay. So sometimes, like, how did I make 130 go to 400 and something in a day? It's because I use these tactics here. So I waited to enter on the support and resistance touches. So we're going to go through that in a bit. But and then I place my stop loss. Let's say I wanted to do a bit bigger lot size. What I would do is, if you enter in at a zone and you're expecting it to drop and it keeps hitting your resistance, hitting the same spot, that means if it goes above that spot, that means you've got it wrong. It's going to go up. But if it keeps hitting that same spot, then drops, you're now in profit. So what I do is I could put a bigger, I'm looking for a perfect entry here. So if I can put a bigger lot size and only risk 2 to 5 pips, and then if it goes in my direction, I can move my stop loss straight in as soon as I'm 10 pips. 10 pips up. If I've got a bigger lot size, I can put my stop loss straight in at take profit, maybe 1 pip or 2 pips, and say, you know what, if it continues dropping, I'm making much more money. But if it goes 5 pips the wrong way, before that happened, let's say if it went the wrong way for me, I lose 2 to 5 pips, no problem. But then I know it's going up to the next zone. So I could get in at the next zone and bring it and make my money back, plus the 10 pips that she said I was going to make anyway from the next zone. So that's the way I look at things. I kind of adjust my entries. And like I said, it says here, re-enter at the next support resistance zone, next support or resistance if the stop loss is hit. And now your take profit is usually 10 pips. But sometimes you can adjust your take profit to the next zone, because if it's a more than 10 pips and you see the next zone, the chances are, like I said, there's no free space in market trading. So in the market, it's going to go to the next zone. So you may as well ride it down to the next zone. Let it go. Secure some of the profit, ride it down to the next zone. Now, like I say, move your stop loss to stop profit once 10 pips up, or once it's hit the next zone. As soon as it's hit the next zone and you know it's like retesting from underneath, ready to go down again, you can put your stop loss straight in at least 10 pips. So at least you've caught your 10 pips that you wanted to catch in the first place, with the potential of catching whatever else, whatever you want to catch. Now, open one new trade once the stop profit is in place, because that counts as a trade that's really not that's not at risk. So if you've got trades and you've been able to put a stop profit in, or your stop loss at break even, that would mean that you can now open up a new trade if Dr. Caffey sends another signal out. Very, very simple. Now, there's solo guidelines. Let's say you're in the market's moving, she's not posting any trades, but you want to get in on a trade. Open up the Ichimoku cloud, put it on, learn a little bit about Ichimoku cloud. There's YouTube. If you type it in on YouTube, you have quite a few different people explaining how the Ichimoku cloud works. I've used that. I haven't basically, she explains, but she doesn't explain in loads and loads of detail. So I wanted more details. I just went on YouTube and looked for different places to find what everybody else is saying, and just getting as much info on the cloud as I could. And I kind of understand a few things. So here's a few things that I wanted to give you so you can understand. So you want to trade the active markets only. So what you'll find is Dr. Caffey's trades 5 a.m. UK time till about 12 noon UK time. She's trading. So in the morning, I wake up to pray early. I see some trades from her. So I sometimes I'll stay awake. I just put on the trades. I'm like, wow, she's got some trades on already. The market's already moving. Let me get my money. Go back to sleep. Wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. She's already getting ready to put her session on. But before the session, she might have some trades. So by that time, I might have already made 5, 6 trades from her. So it all depends. But anyway, solo guidelines. You only want to sell when the candles are below the cloud. On the 15-minute time scale, 1 hour, 4 hour, they all have to be the same. So it's definitely on a downtrend. So imagine the cloud is on top, it's pushing the candles down. That's how it is. Now, you only want to look for buying when the candles are above the cloud. The cloud's underneath, it's supporting it, pushing it up. Just think of it like that. Now, again, they want to coincide on all the time frames. And then for sure, there's no indecision there. It's definitely on an uptrend. It's definitely on a downtrend. Now, there's a red and blue line that moves. Now, they sometimes go in the direction of the market, but then as soon as they cross over, that it's getting ready. It crosses over and the blue line is on the up, for example, when you're looking to buy. When the blue line is on the upside and it crosses over, get ready for a buy. Same thing on the way down. If the blue line goes over and it's crossing on the downside, you're getting ready for a sell. And then you basically want to set your core levels, 5 pips outside the zones. Because you do notice that the zones are like magnets. The market's sitting there in the zone, it breaks out and it gets attracted to the next zone. Next minute, it's sitting in that area, chilling, relaxing. All of a sudden, it tries to leave, gets, that magnetic field, it gets brought back. All of a sudden, it gets far enough away that it breaks out to the next zone. That's what's happening. So you want to really know which direction it's going because the cloud tells you. Wait for the cross and then wait for the breakout. So set yourself a call level on TradingView. You can set it to alert you when the market pulls out of an area, and then you want to quickly have a look at it, see whether it's an engulfing candle. Then you can get yourself in on a sell, catch your 10 pips. Or even, you can obviously twin trade there if you want to, catch your 10 pips on one and the other trade, leave it to carry on. So you're looking for support and resistance lines, like I said, always looking for support resistance. I call them bus stops. You always want to get in at the bus stop. You don't want to get on a bus while it's moving in between stops. Otherwise, you can hurt yourself and you can get injured. Same here. You get in, you can lose all your money. You don't want to try and get in there. You're just setting yourself up for disaster. because the trade is always moving up and down on the way down, and it's moving up and down on the way up. You do not want to look at your account, you see blue. Next minute you look at your account, you see red. You want to be looking at your account and it's messing about all in blue. Like, that's what you want. It goes up, it keeps going up. It might go back to break even at 0, but then soon as it touches that floor again, back in blue. That's what you want to see. And if it goes red, you know you've got it wrong. That's how you really want to have all your trades, and that's how you want to be working towards the perfect entries where you're never in a lot of drawdown at all. Now, like I said, I aim for the next zone if it's more than 10 pips, and stop loss is 5 pips from the red line. So, and then I move my stop loss to plus 10 pips when the next zone is hit, okay, to stop profit. And always open a new trade once stop profit is in place. Now, lot sizes, like I said, proper risk management. You've got 100 pips risk here, the way she does it. She has no stop loss. And it's basically, if you have 200 in your account, your first trade is £2 a pip, okay? You're going to make just a bit short of £20 unless you try and catch maybe 12 pips or so. So you're going to be able to cater for the commissions and the spread, okay? So then you can see your account gets up to 210. If it's up to 210, it'll be about 217, 18. So you can obviously do a 2.1 or a 2.2, 0.22, sorry, that's £2.20 per pip. Now you're making another 10% on the 220. As you can see, at 250, 0.25. So imagine, you got £1,000, that's £10 a pip. 1,100, £11 a pip. It's very simple to calculate at 10%. It just gives you 100 pips of space. So basically, she knows she's getting in on a trade that's trending downwards for sure. She knows that the pullback is very unlikely to go 100 pips the wrong way unless there's higher, like I said, high impacting news coming out on that trade. That's the only time where I've seen a trade go more than 100 pips the wrong way. Now, one thing I would say is gold, be careful with gold because gold can go many pips. So if you see any gold trades, make sure you don't trade at 10%. I would trade at 5% with gold, okay? So you give yourself 200 pips space to be able to make money. Or you get in at a zone and you put your stop loss very close. So then you have to have a stop loss with gold. Otherwise, you know, gold can just do its own thing. And you know, the small movements with gold, it really does make you big money or lose you big money. So, you know, you don't want to mess with that. As you can see here, with £200, you're doing half the lot size. So it's £1 a pip. So once you get to 220, that's the time when you up your account to £1.10. You see, it's half. It's 5% this time. So that's the lot sizes. So for those of you that don't know, what you want to know how to do is to find the price and the time of the Telegram post. We'll do that first, okay? We need to find the price and time of the Telegram post. So there's a question here. Why wouldn't you just double your lot size instead of putting the same trade on 2 accounts? Double your lot size instead of placing, because if it goes in the drawdown, if you double the lot size, basically it means that let's say she says USD JPY on one, and then she says GBP JPY on the other. Now you've spread your risk. Instead of putting all your eggs in one trade, you've now spread it into 2 different trades. So if one wins, one loses, you're right. If both win, you're right. But if one just wins, you're dead. You know what I mean? If one loses, you basically put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to do that. And she does send out loads of trades at once sometimes. So if you got 5-7 trades open, trades coming through, and you got 5 different accounts, you can just throw them on each one. They all pretty much going to come into profit anyway. But it's just like, you know, let's say you put it all into one account and they all went in a bit of drawdown first. Remember, one trade at 100 pips risk, 100 pips drawdown closes your account. So you put 2 trades on, that's 50 pips. They both go 50 pips, you're out of there. So you can either make your lot size a bit smaller to give yourself more room, or you can put the stop loss at the red line. Okay, so that's that. What I want to do now is I want to show you how you can get in at the time of the Telegram post, how to find your support resistance trend lines, and then look for retest under the zone to buy or sell. Okay, so also there's here, you can click for your forecast. I just want to show you quickly before I move on how you can see how many trades will get you where. So what I'm looking at here is a £200 account, 10% increase. Can you guys see the screen still? I wonder if you can see the screen. I'm just going to do, can you guys see the compound daily screen? Just somebody write in a message in the chat, because I wonder if it's different from my PDF. You probably can still see my PDF, can't you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to share again. Share screen with this one, yeah. Okay, so now you can see compounddaily.com. All you need to do is put in your amount balance here, how much percent you're going to be making, how many trades. It's not days, it's actually trades. And then you're going to obviously keep your money in. You're not going to take it out. So let's look at 90 days from £200, what you're going to get to. Okay, let's do that again. Yes, okay. So £200, 90 days. Let's take a look. You can see here from £200. That's not 90 days, it's 30 days. There we are. Calculate now. You're going to £1 million. That's 90 trades. And on Thursday, I've basically gone from 200 to 400. So look where I'm at. I'm about here. I'm on 7 trades down already. So I'm actually on 420 something. So I'm at 8 trades already done. So I've got, 82 trades left to get to $1 million. And I'm sure Jamal was telling me the other day that she made, like, I can't remember how many trades she said, that he said that she hit in a row. But it was ridiculous. She's basically hitting 10 pips with all her trades. Some trades take a few seconds. Some trades take a few hours. Some trades take a day or 2 days to hit. So that's why you want to have separate accounts, so you're not wasting time on the other account. So look, you can see it's compounding slowly. Each trade is growing by just 10%. Look, 30 days. On 30 days, you're at 3,400. You think, wow, how is it growing to $1 million? But look, 60 days, where you at? 60 grand. And then look how it grows, because you're growing by 10% every single trade. Your lot size is getting bigger and bigger every time. And you're not worried about the money, you're just worrying about the amount of pips it's going down, okay? And that way, you're going to grow, okay? So that's that bit done. So let's go to tradingviewnow.com. And I want to show you just how you'd find out. For example, let's say a trade came out at 11 a.m. on Thursday, on the 9th of August. And she says, at that time, the trade came out, you saw on your phone a bit late, it was 12 o'clock, and you're looking at your phone going, okay, GBUSD, sell now at 11 a.m. And you're looking at it going, okay, what was the price at that time? Because she doesn't tell you the price of take profit. So what do? Okay? So what you need to do is you go straight to your chart, and you should already have your support resistance lines already in, trend lines, everything in. If this is, please speeding up. Right, so let's say it's a GBPJPY, for example, yeah? And let's say we got to go back now to the 11 o'clock candle on the 9th. There's the 9th, 11 o'clock candle. So that's 12, 11 o'clock. So that candle there is 11 o'clock. I see it closed here, and she said take 10 pips. Okay, so let's just make this a bit bigger so you can understand what I'm saying here. The Ichimoku cloud is there. You can see this cloud here is Ichimoku. It's a downtrending. It's below the cloud, as you can see on the hourly time frame. If you go to the 15, it's the same. But look here. So if I went here and went, okay, I'm getting in, that's the 11 o'clock candle. I'm getting in here, and I'm trying to get 10 pips. That's it. I'm just taking 10 pips out of the market. Now look where the zone is. The zone is right there. Bam, I'm going to take 10 pips. So it came out of the zone, right? Like she saw that happen. She said sell. This happens. Bang, it's just there. And where's the red line? The red line is here. So you want to put your stop loss, let's say here. Let's say it's even 35 pips. That's fine. Yeah? You could do that and say, you know what? It's on a downtrend. You know it is. It's above the cloud. So what's it done? Take a look. You can see what it's doing. It's below the cloud, sorry. So look, it's going down. It retraces, comes down, retraces, still stays below the line, then carries on down. But look, you would have hit take profit straight away. And that's how you knew that 11 o'clock candle was there. So, for example, let's say she said sell here, right here at 2 a.m. You saw a trade. It says GPJPY sell now. So your trade came in here. She thought it was going to go down. It didn't. Your stop loss is 5 pips above there. So it's like 105 pips, but you would have been in loss. But here's the thing. But she wouldn't have said, obviously, sell there if she didn't see what's supposed to happen. But let's just say, for example, that's where she said to sell and it is going up here. What if you put this on your demo and it was all the way up here at this point, right up here? You could now say to yourself, you know what? I'm getting in a trade from here and I'm going down to the 10 pips where she said. Now I can catch 100 pips on the lot size. Let's say your first trade hit profit, for example, and you were looking for the next trade and you saw in your demo account that it was in drawdown this far. I would get in here. It's still below the cloud. I know it's going back down. It's had its retracement. You're probably going to obviously check to see when it's going to drop. But the reality is, the candle was look, the market's here, but still the cloud is still showing that it's going to carry on down. So I'm looking for a sell. I go on the 15-minute candle. It's below the cloud. Let's go here on the 15-minute candle. I don't know why my computer is very slow today. Why is it so slow? All right, let's see if we can get this on here better. Is that moving yet? Why is this happening? Why is it so slow? 1 second, guys. Let me go to share screen on that one. See if we can get it better on here. Can we get... The internet's not moving. Why? Right. Can we please get it back to an hour? Internet is still on pain. Right, here we are. Okay, so if I go to 15 minutes now, can it change for me? No. For some reason it's not doing it. Let's close that off. We've got 2 minutes 54. Obviously I can come back on. I'll be back straight on the same link. So guys, if it shuts out, just jump back on, and then we'll finish this off. Let's see. Come on. I don't know why it's going very slow right now. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to leave it on the hourly. All right, let's leave it on the hourly then. Let's go back to the hourly time frame, and we'll try and carry on from there. Right. Come on. All right, guys, have you got any questions at the moment anyway, while it's loading? Because we've got 2 minutes left, so I might as well